Wednesday edition. Humpin'It with Mello, D83, and the Maestro.
Hello and welcome, everyone. The week is almost over. You're halfway there. It's Wednesday, a rainy Wednesday, which means it's almost over. It's Wednesday, hump day, and you're now humping it with Mello, D83, and the Maestro. Please get your mind out of the gutter.
And into this wonderful edition of Humpin'It Podcast. Thank y'all for joining in once again. Here we go. Wednesday. And you know how we do. I ain't even going to say nothing. It's always those two acting up. I'm always on my best behavior. I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyways, Mello, D83. Wait. What's the faces for? I don't understand. As if
I thought I saw something on the screen. That's all.
Oh.
Nothing there.
Wow. Well, all right.
You know, that would probably happen if I had a neurologist look into my brain. Yep, nothing there, Mr. Davis. Nothing there.
Oh
my gosh.
Gosh, I couldn't even say that better. Well, all right then. Excuse me. Yeah, so what's good, y'all? What's going down? How y'all feeling?
Good.
Excellent.
Feeling great. Got my prime.
Prime.
Ready to rhyme.
And this is why you were not a rapper. I'm sorry. That was a little rough. I apologize. Not really. Anyways, Mello, what's good over there? I see you got your spectacles on.
Yes. My contact lenses were not cooperating. So to make sure one did not fall out while we were on air, I went the safe route.
I probably would have laughed. I'm just saying.
You would have.
I probably would have, because it would have been like you would eyeball falling out and stuff. Look, golly, yes. That would have went on World Star.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Are they fingers? They look like nubs, man. I'm just
like miniature, like Tic Tacs tied to a palm. Is that what you're trying to say?
Something like that, man. How am I supposed to count those? Yeah, all right, let's get into it, y'all.
Here comes the starting 5'5" water boy, D83 with the 3 and out segment.
What you got for us, D83?
Well, other than a broken heart and hurt feelings.
Oh, what happened?
You happened. That's what happened. Yeah, you and I became friends. That's what happened. Okay.
I don't think I want to do this podcast anymore.
Well, that hurt me.
So, tomorrow night is the NBA draft, 8 o'clock Eastern time. I can't wait just because the hype with Victor Wembanyama. I can't wait for this man to get into the league. Again, he's 19, 7'3". He's been playing in the French Pro League.
He's 19?
I can't wait. 19, 7'3". And they said they think he's still growing.
Wow.
That's insane.
And he can handle the ball like a guard. Kevin Durant even said, man, he can't wait to see this guy. He's going to wreck the league.
Oh, wow. It's like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all should definitely watch his highlights.
That's what's up.
To see.
I'll have to.
Can't wait. And I can play, I can use him on NBA 2K. I can't wait, I love playing.
Have you played 2K?
Oh, yeah.
For real?
I'm nasty basketball on that and nasty in real life.
Let's not take it too far, buddy. Okay.
I got handles like Kyrie Irving or Allen Iverson, but with the height of Muggsy Bogues. Probably a little less, but still.
I know y'all can see my dog behind me. She's got more handles than you. I'm just saying.
Now, is that a name of some type of dog treat or something, like handles? Or?
No. Strictly referring to your skills with a basketball, sir. I'm just saying. So, I apologize.
That goes back to what I had mentioned when you asked me how I was doing.
What's that?
That's why I have a broken heart and hurt feelings.
Why? I forgot. What happened?
Because you're rude. Absolutely rude. I would spell it if I could. But
That's
rude.
that's your opinion, sir, which really doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters.
I think we found our new co-host. I'm gonna put her on.
Probably would definitely be a lot smarter than myself. So.
Oh my gosh.
She might look a little better, but you know.
Oh, jeez. Man, it just gets worse and worse. I tell you
Hey,
what.
listen. Hey, I got cut deep on that friend comment, man. I got to get it back. I can't. That was a bomb right there, man.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. This is how we do.
So you got that in NBA, and I can't wait because the season actually starts again in mid-October. So, I mean, before you know it, it's going to start again, and I can't wait.
That's true.
Can't wait.
Wow.
But you also got football coming up too. I probably jumped into your segment. I'm sorry. I'll cut the comments.
You're good. I'm with you, dude. I can't. You know I love NFL
yes.
more than anything.
Absolutely.
Can't wait this year. So you got that. What was I gonna say? The NBA. Yeah. So that starts mid-October.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Wembanyama is definitely going to the Spurs, so that should be cool because they don't have anybody on the team.
Interesting.
Yeah. Bradley Beal, the shooting guard for the Washington Wizards, got traded to the Phoenix Suns. Yeah. So Washington Wizards, and they ended up receiving Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, and a couple second-round draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
For giving up Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is nasty. I mean, it's not like he's in my eyes, he's more like a number 2
Right.
than he is a number 1.
Mm-hmm.
But you put him on a team that's already got Kevin Durant, Devin Booker.
You put him with some stars, right? I got you.
Nasty. Now, I myself am one of those people. I like having the big 3. I like teams that have a lot of stars on it. I don't know. I just have always liked that.
Right.
I mean, now. I don't know if people should get too excited because the Phoenix Suns, it'll be their first year together. Of course, Phoenix Suns did give Denver Nuggets a decent fight. So
right.
You add Bradley Beal to the mix. I think it's going to be awesome.
Okay. That's if they don't have any changes.
True.
So.
But I mean, you look at big 3 teams. They usually take some time. Boston, they had Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett. That team was nasty.
Mm-hmm.
But again, took them a couple seasons until they got it right. You got the Heat, Miami Heat, when they had LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. Again, that took them a little bit before they got it right.
Yeah, that's true. It's always that gel time you got to add into. You got to factor in there.
Right.
Correct. Everybody can't be this 3. This big 3 right here.
Exactly. It's an all-star team. You know what I'm saying? This is the I don't know what year. What was it? The 90s?
96.
Yeah, 96.
96 Bull.
Yeah. This is what this is right here, man.
Exactly.
Except you're the water boy. But that's self-proclaimed though, according to your intro. That wasn't me saying that. That was just your intro.
Next time I see you, I'm gonna shoot water into your face. How about that?
How rude. Well, I never. Oh yeah, but they got the new automated ones. You ain't got to pump or nothing. It's all automated, man. They shoot super far.
Where?
Mm-hmm. You can get some.
Dude. I'm gonna hop about the car.
Are you gonna do a drive by with the super soaker? Stop playing. Yeah. That's all right. I got a paintball gun though, so I wouldn't.
Oh.
Yeah, it might hurt a little bit.
I heard it might hurt.
Oh.
Not really. Not too bad. Depends on where you get hit. I was playing. Not to digress, but to digress. I took my son. The first time I took my son, we were playing, and one of the guys started screaming because he got hit in the nether regions. My man was crying, bro. I'm just saying. So yeah, depending on where you get hit, but like arms and legs, it really doesn't hurt. So
well, I should be good because if I got hit in that area, it's gonna take several tries to get it. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't got nothing to say on that. That made distance so good. I can't even come back on it. Hey, but it's all right though, man. So,
So, and of course, other teams, that had big threes were like Golden State. Of course, they were more like a big four. They had Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Steph
Right.
Curry, Draymond Green.
right.
Of course, when I mention that team, I also have to mention that what made them go get Kevin Durant was because they got beat by the Heat Big
Right.
Three. I'm sorry, not the Heat Big Three. The Cleveland Cavaliers
The
Big
Cavs,
Three.
right.
Kevin Love, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving.
Yep.
And of course, that Golden State team had the best NBA record at the time with 73-9. They beat the '96 Bulls record.
That's crazy. Because, NBA plays so many games, bro. And to only lose 9 in a season, that's insane.
That is
That's
crazy.
insane, bro.
But it doesn't matter because they ain't win the championship.
That's
Where
true. That's very
The
true.
Bulls team did. They went 72-10, but won
And won the
championship.
championship, right? You can't take it home. It don't even matter. Everything's for naught, man.
And a lot of people want to talk about how these players would join forces with one another trying to make big all-star teams.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember, Jordan himself, though yes, he's the greatest player of all time, absolutely greatest player of all time.
Gotcha.
He still needed a cast around him. He never won a championship until they acquired Scottie Pippen.
True. True.
Okay,
True. Speaking of
that
which,
91. Huh?
go ahead. I was sorry.
Were you going to mention his
I-
divorce?
No, I was reading an article. Oh no, that divorce was crazy. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But I was just reading an article where Scottie Pippen did an interview. I forget who he did the interview with, but this was like last week, I think. And the interview might have been older, but he was saying that basically he was kind of throwing shade Jordan's way. He was like, Jordan wasn't that good. You forget that before he was the Bulls, he didn't win a game. Like he was like throwing some shade on the man. I was like, oh gosh, Pippen, okay.
Yeah, well, I would probably be in my feeling if my former teammate's son was dating my ex-wife.
Yeah.
I'd probably be in my feelings too.
Yeah. I mean, what's the age difference though? Is there a huge
It's like
age
20-some years.
Golly, man. Hey, but and then he bought her Jordans. That was like a slap in the face, bro. Like you ain't had to do that, bro. Why you should have went ahead and got them Pippins, man. Don't do that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone there.
Oh god. Well, no, I just saw. It's funny because you brought that up because I thought you were going to mention that, in the divorce settlement, she's getting half of his retirement money.
Oh, my stars. And then she made into the Jordans. Yo, that's crazy. Or she might. I don't know if she is, but I mean,
either way.
yeah, exactly. So you got his money, and then you get more money. Listen, little Jordan need to learn something. He need to look at that, bro. Learn your lesson.
Yes, but like I was saying though, I mean, Jordan still needed help, right? The '91 Bulls
Definitely.
team, right? The first time he won a title, they had B.J. Armstrong. He was decent point guard. Bill Cartwright. Cartwright. He always looked odd to me when he shot the free throw shots. It was almost like Shaquille's free throw shot. You had Horace Grant. He was slouch.
Horace Grant. Yeah, right. Facts. Right. Absolutely.
All right. You had Michael Jordan, obviously. And Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
That was a good team.
Truly, like without Pippen, Jordan would have been good, but he wouldn't have been Jordan. I really believe that, man.
Yeah,
Pippen. Go ahead.
Even though he was older once he joined the Wizards,
Yeah.
he ain't do nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think that's why a lot of people have that argument. Like, yo, is Jordan really the best player? Right? Or was it all timing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the best for that time period, right? No question. But if he didn't have his support team, would he have been as great as who he is? I don't know. I love Jordan. I love Jordan. Jordan's dope, man.
Yeah, I do too. I think he'd be fine in any era.
Yeah.
But with that '91 Bulls team, you also had John Paxson coming off the bench. Nasty three-point shooter.
I remember, yeah. They had a squad,
And
bro.
then, a heck of a squad. I used to love watching that. And then remember that music would come on?
Yes. That intro
And
was
now.
yes. The intro was amazing, bro.
Yes, sir, man. And then last but not least, that '96 Bulls team. They had Ron Harper as point guard. Ron Harper was nasty, especially on the defensive end. He's on the all-time NBA defensive team. I mean, dude's nasty. You had him, Michael Jordan, who's still I think Michael Jordan was the only player to ever do this, or one of a few. You know, Michael Jordan was Defensive Player of the Year and MVP of the league. That's that.
Yeah.
And then you had Scottie Pippen, obviously. Dennis Rodman.
Rodman was his job was to get the rebound, baby, and he did that. He did that, man.
Yes,
Of course, he was always ready to jump on balls, no matter if it was on the court or off the court.
You mean street ball? Street ball. He used to play like street ball. Yeah.
Then you had Luke Longley. Luke Longley, who was a center.
Yep, I remember Luke. Yep.
He was decent, but I mean the guy was 7'2", so he was good.
He blocked the lane.
Exactly. Playing in there. And then last but not least, you had Tony Kukoc coming off the bench. He's 6'10".
Kukoc.
And was the best overseas player at the time.
Yep. I remember Kukoc. Yeah.
And then Steve Kerr, until Steph Curry came in the league, had the NBA all-time greatest three-point percentage.
Steph Curry blew that out of the water, though. I ain't gonna lie. That man, Steph Curry, is just amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. Gosh.
I swear he could do a triple axel, 360, backflip, and just shoot the ball and make it.
Exactly. It's insane. That man is amazing. Love watching him shoot.
Yes, sir. So, again, I only said all that just to say Bradley Beal joining the Suns. I can't wait to see that next year. I love when stars join. So
Got you. Well, hey, we going to see what it produced, man. Hopefully, it's not a flop, because we've seen those.
This is true.
That's what it is. Y'all know what time it is?
Now it's time for a classically awesome journey to Squareville with Mello.
What's up, Mello? Take us on a trip.
Absolutely, Maestro. So, first...
Oh, excuse me.
see what I'm saying, Mello? See what I'm
not
saying?
even. I can't even.
I know.
Review.
I'm on one tonight. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, that's messed up. See, you have no choice though, Mello, because y'all are related. See,
Sir.
I choose to be your friend, which is about to change. But
Well, to be friends, that would have to be a mutually agreed upon thing. I never have. This is that towel again, bro. Where does that towel come from? I don't understand.
it's right here by me.
This man always pulling that towel out. Mello, what you got, homie?
Happy first official day of summer. Not the unofficial start of summer, which was Memorial Day, but it's the summer solstice. And for those of you who don't know, it's the longest day of the year.
I'm depressed.
It's okay. We still have plenty of daylight.
That's true.
Plenty of daylight.
And plenty of heat coming, too.
Absolutely. But the summer solstice, which is also known as the June solstice in the northern hemisphere, is when the sun is at the northernmost point in the sky. It's at its highest point all year.
Basically,
so today,
the longest day.
The longest day. So we officially have, or are having, 14 hours and 45 minutes of daylight today. So after today, I guess by about 30 seconds, a minute each day, we'll lose a little bit. But you won't really be able to tell until maybe late July, early August.
That's a double whammy, because not only do you get the August heat, but then you start losing daylight too. Man, I'm depressed.
I can't stand summertime.
I don't like the heat per se, but I prefer that over the freezing cold. So
that's true.
saying.
But if you want D83, you can go to the southern hemisphere because it's the official start to the winter solstice. So it's the opposite in the hemispheres. So when it's summer here, it's winter there. When it's winter here, summer there. So
Sold. I'm sold. Packing bags.
Yes. What happened? What happened? I didn't. Look who came. She thought I called her. I didn't call her.
oh gosh. Which also leads me into something else dealing with sunlight. So daylight savings time. We are all familiar with daylight savings time. I absolutely hate daylight savings time. Because to me, it is now pointless to need to change the time.
It was always pointless to me. I'd give me my hour. Let me keep my hour, man. I don't need that. What you changing the time for, man?
I know. It always takes me a while to recover once we lose that hour. And by the time I do really recover and get on schedule, I gain an hour.
God
So
dang.
it's
Took you half a year? God dog. Man.
sometimes, yes.
Dang, man.
Yes.
Rip Van Winkle, all right. Leave, bro.
It doesn't take you long to adjust Maestro D83. Like, to me, it just feels like once you lose that hour, like your body has to get readjusted. And then
It takes me about a week. But yeah,
Yeah.
it takes me a little bit.
Takes me
I think it's-
a couple of days, really.
I think it's more of the mental aspect.
It is, most definitely.
That's
most
what I'm
definitely.
trying to recover from.
God dog, man. But a half a year? Golly. Hey, man. I feel you.
I love the sunlight. Look, I love it.
I feel you.
But daylight savings time, started back in the early 1900s. The U.S. is one of 70 countries that does participate in daylight savings time, except Hawaii and
Yep.
Arizona.
Right. Yep.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yep.
Yes.
Did not know that.
Yes. And there are a few other states that don't participate. Of course, most of Arizona does not, with the exception of the Navajo Nation, because the Navajo Nation does lie in Utah and New Mexico, which both do participate in daylight savings time. There is a little bit of a conflict there. So,
I was going
You
to
know.
say, I think one of them states got like 2 or 3 time zones. It's kind of crazy. I can't remember which one.
it might be that. But none of the U.S. Dependencies, like territories that belong to us, American Samoa, Guam, Puerto Rico, the Northern Marina Islands, and, other outlying islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, none of them participate in daylight savings time.
Interesting.
Yes. So why was daylight saving time even instilled in the first place, you guys? Good question.
I didn't ask anything though. I didn't ask it. I didn't ask questions. I'm just sorry. I didn't know.
Oh God.
In 1916, during World War I, Germany became the first country to adopt daylight savings time to save energy for the war effort. Many countries across Europe soon followed suit. In the U.S., it was called fast time and was introduced in 1918. The initiative was sparked by Robert Garland, a Pittsburgh industrialist who had encountered the idea in the United Kingdom. So daylight savings time was pretty much implemented 7 months later.
That's kinda,
BST. Yes.
for
but-
the war.
For the war, basically. So in 1942, the height of World War II, President Franklin D. Roosevelt reintroduced the measure instituting a year-round daylight savings time, referred to as wartime. And it was continued from February 9th, 1942 to September 30th, 1945. So,
For what reason? So I can miss an hour's sleep.
you know what? It's not about you, though, Maestro.
Oh,
It's
but
not
it
about
is.
you.
Oh, but it is.
So, most states want daylight savings time, like removed or just, they want a continuous mode of time because it does cause confusion. Since there are states that do not participate in it, you know, and states have the option to opt out of daylight savings time, or at least they did until 1966, when it was a universal rule for all of those to basically follow the same schedule because there were issues with train times, plane times, you know, moving throughout the country.
That makes sense.
So the latest on that is that in last year, actually, there has been a bill passed to institute a continuous daylight savings time so that there's no turning back time. We just stay on daylight savings time indefinitely. Well, we're waiting on Congress to sign that bill.
They're too
So-
busy. They're too busy
Yes.
bickering amongst themselves to. Sorry, I'm not going there.
That'll never change. That'll never change.
No, it won't.
So that's where we are right now. So I cannot wait because, you know, really there isn't, for me personally, I don't think there's a need for it anymore. I believe a lot of people feel that way. And it just provides some consistency kind of all over if we just had just none. No daylight savings time.
Give my hour back. That's all.
Agreed.
Give my hour back. Shit.
Agreed.
That's what's up, though.
Definitely agreed.
All right, I think we're all in favor. I think it'll pass now, just because we voted on it. How about that?
Here we go.
As if we're that important. Let's get it.
あなたが一緒にいないと心が折れる
Yeah. I hit my Barry White just now. Y'all hear that? Excuse me. All right. So, here what I got for y'all today. This one is called The 7 Deadly Sins. It is 4 seasons long. So definitely got some episodes. I didn't get an episode count, but 4 seasons, you can imagine, is long enough. I really liked this one. I really liked it. It's kind of strange. So if you have any small knowledge of, I said small, but lack of a better term, but limited knowledge on, biblical history and things like that. So you know what the sins are. It's kind of interesting how they go about this thing, but it not really relates to Bible at all, but it uses terminology and names and stuff. Anyways, so basically what it is it starts off with armor-clad Princess Elizabeth stumbles into a tavern, and she's in search of the infamously wanted 7 deadly sins. So the 7 deadly sins, excuse me, were banished and branded as traitors from the kingdom of Leonis. They were in part of an elite group of the military there called the Holy Knights, right? And we're talking about, way back in the King Arthur days, swords and, jousting and all that stuff, right? It's a fantasy. Let me say that. It's fantasy, so it's got some magics and all that stuff in it. But basically, the 7 deadly sins were framed for plotting to throw over the kingdom, right? So Elizabeth never really believed that. And so, again, she's a princess, so she's a daughter of a king. And so she goes on a hunt to find them and to basically band together with them. So to save the kingdom of Leonis. The kingdom is now currently run by the now corrupt Holy Knights, right? So the kingdom is suffering. So the tavern that she stumbles into just so happens to be owned by the leader of the 7 deadly sins. And so her journey begins. To me, I liked it. It was entertaining. It was very entertaining. Lots of laughs, some super dope moments. Fight scenes are great. Love the animation, the voice acting. Storyline is good. It's a little cliche. It is, I'll be honest. It's a little predictable at times. But, and there's some odd kind of choices that the writers decide to take. But overall, I think it was a really good anime. Right? So because of that, Senpai gives it an 8.9 on the Senpai scale. 8.9. Why didn't I give it a 9? Because I thought 8.9 looked better.
What?
That's the only reason. It's like I'm saving. It's like $8.99 at the store. It's a marketing gimmick. That's all it is. That's all it is. But yeah, so definitely check that one out. 7 Deadly Sins. It's worth the watch. It is 4 seasons, but it goes probably pretty quick. So okay. I think the second season is probably the shortest, actually. So if you like fantasy, if you like you certainly are, sir, by a large scale. Anyways, like I said, if you like fantasy, now I will say this: probably not suitable for children's, younger kids, because there are definitely some what we would call in the anime world ecchi scenes, right? So that's kind of like fan service, ecchi, ECCHI, yeah. And basically fan service, right? So like hints of, or showings of butts, boob. You know what I'm saying? It's not like naked butts and boobs, but gives right. the fanboys something to cheer about. That's what it comes from. So, especially with the main character or the leader, he's special. He's very special. Anyways, I won't give the rest up, but definitely worth a watch. 8.9, really 9. I liked it. So, and out of 10, that's pretty good on my scale. So,
yeah. No, definitely.
So, something I wanted to kind of shed light on today too is the amount of, and I think if we're really talking, if we really dig and do some research, the amount of data breaches that happen on a daily basis it's staggering, right? So a data breach is obviously anytime a malicious actor is able to infiltrate and exfiltrate some sensitive data, right? And we all know what it is. We've all heard about them. There's been some recently big ones in the news that affected the U.S. government, and that would be the MoveIt hack. So there was a software out there that was a file transfer tool. It's very popular. It's used by several companies and governments, and basically was compromised. And so it's a third-party app. That's what you would call a third-party app, right? And basically they were able to then get into these company systems and exfiltrate that data. One of the biggest things about this is that the Russian ransomware group Klop has taken responsibility for this, right? So yes, so you have again, I mentioned this before, cyber warfare is the new warfare front. Like, let's be real. Like, and Russia has some nasty, nasty players in that game, boy. North Korea has some nasty players in that game too. China absolutely does, right? So listen, but this is what it is. So, so that was actually June 1st. June 6th is when they claimed that they were responsible for the attack. Another one that is kind of surprising, but really concerns me is T-Mobile. Now, you may have heard T-Mobile got hacked before. I think twice before, if I'm not mistaken. So I think this is the third time. And so they're talking about, again, customer contact info, ID cards, and or social security numbers were taken, as well as personal pins and other pertinent T-Mobile customer information. I don't have specific numbers, but that's massive. And for T-Mobile to have another one is kind of really concerning to me. And I know I'm nobody, just, but still, that raises some serious eyebrows there. Like, what are
You,
they?
sir, are somebody here on this freaking podcast. You understand me, though?
You know what?
Don't ever say that about you.
Thank you, sir. You know what? I appreciate you, sir.
You're not just a friend. You're an amazing person.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are
Thank you.
somebody.
Absolutely. See, that's why I stay on this podcast, because of that guy right there. This is beautiful. Okay, back to it. Excuse me 1 second. Excuse me. I got some sinus. I'm sorry, y'all. Apologize. I'm sorry. So the another one that happened May 12th, and y'all better listen up, was Discord got breached. Now, most people probably don't have a lot of information on Discord, but it's still enough information for somebody to do something with, right? So, but as most people know, Discord is a popular, probably the most popular video chatting app on the internet, right?
Yes.
And so it was breached by a third-party customer service agent. And Discord has told users that their email addresses and customer service queries, as well as any documents sent to Discord, may have been accessed. So if you send a nudie pictures on there, guess what? Somebody got them for free.
Uh-oh.
D83, you're going to be out there, brother.
No, not me. 'Cause let me tell you something. I'm not really tech savvy, and there's not so much zooming in and cropping I can do to make things appear better than what they are. Let's leave it at that.
I was TMI. Oh, gosh. That was TMI. Oh, gosh. Well, moving on now. Buddy. Well, all right. Here we go. The hump day question is, what are your favorite games or gaming system? What you over there looking like the Grinch who stole Christmas, man? What's up with you, Mello? Over there rubbing your hands together with the mischievousness grin. That you know
I
what I
like
meant to
this
say.
topic.
Oh Lord, I don't know why you don't play. Anyways, so go ahead, you start, Mello. I think she froze.
I'm offended.
Her camera froze.
It's buffering.
Oh dang, it's all right, man.
No, but I was like really excited about this topic because I have been around since the beginning
80
of the
years.
game systems.
You right. Hey, man, Mello been around since they had the Stone and Chisel, bro. And they was playing tic-tac-toe with a Stone and Chisel, bro. Stop playing.
Let's just say I had many good days on Oregon Trail.
Even before Oregon Trail, man, listen, we grew up in the same house, so I got to give it up. I can't. So any old joke that's on you is on me as well. So it just is
That's
what
right.
it is, even though I'm younger than you. Let's get that out. I want that to be clear. I'm younger than she is. Younger than she is, with a capital Y.
Are you saying that she was around before the pinball machines started getting developed?
Yes, she was. Listen, we had. Man, this is going way back. I don't even know what the system was called. The first system we got was that
Pong?
The Pong.
Atari?
Where you had it was before Atari. This is before Atari, but it was a giant box. You had two giant dials on it and a power button. And when you hit the power button, it only had one game, and that was ping pong. And ping pong was two lines that move up and down either side of the TV. And the square ball that would bounce back and forth, and you would have to turn the dial.
Like
Pong.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Pong.
Like Pong off of Atari.
Exactly, but this was the original. So,
Yes.
yeah, that's what we had, and my dad loved it. Absolutely.
That's how I know you're old, because I didn't even know that existed.
Yes, Your beard tells us otherwise, sir.
I just wanted to talk like this the rest of the time, just so people can hear me, because I don't feel like people can hear me.
Is that what it is, sir? Well,
Probably not trying to cover up the gray.
oh, okay. Well, that's okay. It just the light just shines on the receding hairline now. So,
Well, I apologize. I don't have LeBron James money, and I can just fix my hairline.
sir, you can't. You don't have to have LeBron James money. You better go get you a magic marker, color that Jane in, get some spray paint.
You know. I just put a bunch of little dots.
I thought he
Right.
was gonna do it for real. Oh my gosh, I thought you was gonna do it for real. That would have been great. Oh, please
Oh,
do it.
my
Go ahead,
God.
draw it on there live, so we can go ahead. I can capture that on the internet forever. I would do that to you. Yes, I would. Anyways,
Well, I know you.
but yeah, we had the we started with the Atari 2600. No, we started with the Palm, which was before Atari. Then we had the Atari 2600. Ooh,
Yes.
no, even before that, we had the Commodore 64. Oh, buddy, you don't even know what a
Yeah.
Commodore is. That was one of the first computers that used to use. Yeah,
PC.
he's one of the first pieces.
The Commodores, like Lionel Richie.
Commodore.
no, it was called a Commodore 64.
Yes.
I think because it was 64-bit. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
64 I knew of.
No,
was
it wasn't 64-bit. 64-bit didn't come till exactly Nintendo days. So it had to be like 8-bit, maybe 6-bit. Who knows? Anyways,
6.
Commodore 64. You had these discs and these cartridges that had cartridges back then. And then
Yes.
what else did I have?
Then we had the Atari.
2600, then
Yes.
the 7800, and then came
But-
into then
But
came
the
Nintendo.
games.
Yeah,
Yes. But the games for Atari.
Moon Patrol.
Moon Patrol.
Yeah, I can't. See, I went around in the 60s.
Sir,
I can't.
this is not. This is
comment
the
on any of this.
sir. This was the 80s and 90s. What are you talking about? Disrespectful bum. This man said the 60s. I feel some type of way.
So
That's
old
okay.
and ancient, y'all just walk around with dust on you.
This man, this man just called us Pigpen. Oh my gosh! I can't believe he just did that. The level of disrespect he just said out his lips. Oh my gosh!
Goodness.
I
Yes.
do remember Atari. I still have my Atari.
Do you
Still
really?
function on everything. Yeah, still function on everything. I just don't play it.
What Atari was it? Do you know? Dang,
I'll let you know once I get off air.
that's
but
cool.
I don't recall. I don't play it. It's not even hooked up. My other game systems still are. Super Nintendo, Nintendo,
Mm-hmm.
the Sega. Yeah, all those are still hooked up.
Yeah, Super Nintendo was probably my favorite.
I think so.
Super Nintendo was my favorite.
I think that's where we first really got into like games
No,
we loved.
That's false. That's when you got into it. I've been into it.
False.
I've been a gamer for a long time.
So have I.
Moving on to 83.
I just didn't play in all the same amount of time that you did. Like,
Listen.
I actually had priorities outside of games.
Ooh.
Like what?
Oh, she said you had no life.
Like what? Like what? What priorities?
Oh,
Adulting.
How old?
See-
How you won't know adult back then? Oh,
See?
I'm about to get you. I'm about to get you.
See?
She tried to come for me and it backfired. I'm about to get her. I'm about to tear her up now.
I'm still not adulting now, and I'm 40.
Yes, we. Well, I mean, considering you are kid size, so I mean, it's understandable. No, you're not. But you said it yourself. I was just repeating what you said. Is that no? Okay.
Because my son is 11 and he's about the same height as I am. Doesn't make me kid size, okay? He's just growing extremely fast.
Understood, sir. Understood.
No, but I think we can all agree on that. My favorite game system was Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo was.
Oh, yes.
What was your favorite
awesome.
game?
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong was fire. I never got into Donkey. I was more of Super Mario dude. Like Super Mario
Same
was
here.
it. Super Mario was it. You know what I'm saying? Like Super Mario World changed the game for me.
It did.
Yoshi?
I fell in love with that game.
Come on, bro. It had Yoshi. Yoshi was
dude.
fine.
Mario would be my second favorite. But
Right.
Donkey Kong. I just love Donkey Kong, man. I still play that every now and again.
Really?
To this day.
I played it before, you know what I'm saying? And I really never got it. I didn't play it back then. I never had it because, of course, I had to get with whatever somebody would give me, either my parents or my aunts or whatever. I didn't have money to buy myself because I didn't know how to manage money. Anyways, it's another story for another day. But yeah, I never had Donkey Kong. I didn't get Donkey Kong until
Yeah.
much later. So that might be why I'm, didn't really get into it.
Like maybe for 64 or just much later, even after.
Much later, yeah, Super Nintendo. I played. I
Gotcha.
think I didn't play until I had like an emulator. So
Right.
it was years later.
Another game I liked on the Super Nintendo was Chrono Trigger. Y'all remember Chrono Trigger?
Chrono Trigger was dope.
I didn't play that.
Chrono Trigger was fire. I'm going to. Anybody want a dog? She's
No,
chewing,
I've already got one, and one's too many.
she's chewing on my shoe. And I can't. I don't want to leave this podcast to go chastise my dog. So she's gonna have it for now.
Getting Peter, all of a sudden, get Peter called on you.
Exactly. Sorry.
Peter called on you.
Had to take care of that real
But
quick.
I must say, a close second for me, as far as game systems are concerned, I still to this day love Sega Dreamcast. Sega Dreamcast was nasty to me.
I heard about it. I think I played it once because my nephew had it, but I never owned it.
Loved it because that's when all the stuff came out. NBA 2K and NFL 2K was out. Oh my god, it was
Dreamcast.
nasty.
We used to play college football all the time. I don't remember what the name of the game was. I think Blitz was on there too. It might have
Blitz
been
was
Blitz.
on there.
Blitz was that like 4-man or 3-man line type, you know what I'm saying, over the top. You hit somebody and you go flying across the screen or something like that. But
Correct.
we played this college game. I can't remember what it was called.
NCAA.
I don't know. Could have been.
Football, they had that.
But it was more realistic. You know what I'm saying? It was more like a actual. And the thing I used to suck at it because he had it and he played it all the time. We would when you would hit somebody, like if you hit them hard enough and at the right time, this bolt of lightning would come down on them. It was so sweet. I used to wish I could do that every time to him because he used to beat me so bad, man. So I have some trauma.
It's almost like NBA Jam. Remember that? You could jump and be.
Oh
He's
yeah.
on fire.
Yes,
Yes.
he's heating up. Yeah, hey, that was I love NBA Jam.
That was
Love
fun.
it. I have that on the emulator. So I actually have an emulator on my phone that you can play some stuff. So
Me too.
yeah. So it's like the phone, especially with your new phone. You got the perfect screen for it.
Yeah.
I'll have to hook you up. Let me know. I got you. It's legal, by the way. It's all legal. It's all legal. Gosh, let me put that out there before I get myself. It's all legal. It's legit. But yeah. Super Nintendo by far was my favorite. Prince of Persia was probably my favorite game on there.
I love that game.
Prince of Persia was my
Never
favorite
played
game. Yo, it was amazing. It's like a
Assuming that
maze
must have
game.
been like Final Fantasy. Was it something similar to that.
No. I guess it was a. I don't know what it would be categorized as. What is it? RPG?
It was
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
It was a strategy game.
Yeah, it was kind of like Assassin's Creed before like Assassin's Creed came out. Like the closest.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. With all the jumping and the climbing and the
Yeah.
acrobatics, the parkour. That's what it is. Because you had to jump, yeah. But you had fighting and so basically it's which is really strange. It's actually the story of Aladdin, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like but it didn't use names, right? So I don't know if Aladdin came first or Prince of Persia came first, but except Jasmine's name was the same. But your main character, who was supposed to be Aladdin, at least that's how I took it. His name was something different. So, but you basically started in the dungeon because you couldn't have. Oh, Jafar was in there too.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. but it's not really. I don't know. Maybe it's licensing or who knows. I don't know, but I don't know why it didn't get called Aladdin. But it was basically a story of Aladdin. But you started off in the dungeon, and then you had to basically escape. You had to go through all these levels. It was like, I don't know, 30 something levels. So you go from the dungeon to the top of the tower. You have a time limit throughout this whole game to get through it, and you got traps. I mean, it's some of that stuff is hard. But you got to just, jump and dodge traps, figure out puzzles to open certain doors, and it's really, really fun, man. But you had to beat the time limit. If you did, then obviously you fought Jafar, and if you beat him, you win. If you don't, you die, and you have to start over. So
That's something still interesting. I mean, to look into as far
yeah,
as
absolutely.
the similarities to Aladdin. And
Yeah.
that, so.
Yes.
Exactly. I never understood quite why they didn't call it Aladdin, but
Makes me wonder which one came first.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Those type fantasy games though, like Final Fantasy.
I love Final
Or-
Fantasy.
I didn't have the attention span to do those games. Like I never completed Final Fantasy, none of them.
Right.
But I would do like Zelda. I enjoyed Zelda.
Well, that's
Oh, yeah.
what's the difference? It is basically the same. Zelda was
Final
a
Fantasy to me seemed more complicated, and I didn't have
Yes.
I'm down with it.
It was.
I can dig it. I can dig that. I really can't speak on the older Final Fantasies because I didn't get into Final Fantasy until Final Fantasy 7, and
Wow.
that was it for me. I was hooked. I was a smooth addict on that joint after that. Bro.
Yes.
I would
Smooth,
assume
man.
that you were a Final Fantasy player from the beginning.
I didn't actually because I didn't get introduced to it until Final Fantasy 7.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Intrigued.
Yep. So my boy Cedric, never get him.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. But man, that was a wrap, man. I wasted so many years of my life into that game. Can't take it. Oh my gosh. But needless to say, I do have the remake, and it is
Oh, nice.
absolutely amazing. It's worth it.
Awesome.
They actually changed the story though, so it doesn't follow the full story of original. But I mean, it makes sense, right? So new times, new technology, right? They're making it a modern game. It's amazing. Graphics are amazing.
Nice.
Worth it.
I wonder if my older sister plays that because she used to love Final Fantasy.
Oh, for real?
Love it.
Final
Absolutely
Fantasy
love
was it.
Final Fantasy.
Man. They're getting ready to come out with
What
a new
was that
Final
race?
Fantasy. Huh? Which
Oh,
one?
really?
Yeah, new Final
No,
Fantasy.
the
is
race.
about to
I
come.
was. Gotcha. No, I was
Jinx.
just mentioning that racing game.
Jinx. All right,
Cruising the World. Cruising the World.
huh?
Wasn't that?
Oh,
Cruising USA?
yeah, Cruising USA. I know what you're talking
Cruising
about.
USA.
Yeah, I never really liked that game. I didn't really get that. Nah, I didn't really get into that. Like racing games for me was Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Yeah, that Gran Turismo was it.
Yeah,
But before
was
that,
fun.
F-Zero on Super Nintendo was
Zero.
that was my game, bro.
Don't remember that one.
Oh man, it's worth it. You gotta play that one.
Don't remember that one.
Yeah, F-Zero was the racing game on Super Nintendo.
Yes.
That was
And-
my favorite.
I did play PlayStation for a little bit, and I loved PlayStation. But then what changed it for me, and I got hooked, and I've been an addict ever since, was Xbox.
That's not true. Don't believe she's not an addict. She don't even play it. Her Xbox has dust on it.
Whatever.
Well, oh, y'all
'Cause
heard that? No, dang.
Because
man.
I'm on PC now. Thank you.
Man, listen, we just had this discussion before we got on this live.
Whatever.
You don't need
Whatever.
music.
Whatever. But Xbox, when Halo came out,
Yeah, Halo killed it.
Halo was my favorite. Is probably I don't know. It's up there, but it's the one I've been with since the beginning and will continue to be with now. All of them haven't been great, but for the most part, the majority of them have been, and I always enjoyed it. Not only the storyline, but the multiplayer is what
Yeah,
makes it. for me.
multiplayer. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah,
Never played it. I know it's a big game.
yeah,
Never
it
played
is.
it.
It's-
I'm
Are
more
you-
of sports. I'll only play sports stuff. Now,
yeah.
than
Yeah.
I'll-
You listen. Knowing you, you wouldn't have a TV or an Xbox because it'd be broken. That's it.
Yes.
I'm not temperamental. That's what you're saying.
It'll make anybody that
Playing
mad.
this game,
It'll
yes,
make anybody. Yes.
Well, since y'all both like the game, didn't they make a movie? Halo movie?
Man, no, they made a series. Oh my gosh,
Oh, it was a series.
Listen.
Disappointing.
Disappointing doesn't come close to summing up my level of disappointment in that. It was like hot steaming dog poo poo on a 106-degree day.
Ooh,
in August. That's how bad it was.
I
Very
don't
disappointed.
have a weak stomach, but that just
That's what I thought about it. Yes.
I am open-minded a little bit. I think the first season, which is only one season out, did not follow the way that
Not at all.
I think it should have.
Not at all.
But I'm wondering if it's going to kind of revert back to
It's
how
not.
it originally should be. I'm holding out.
They've already said the producers, the writers, everything about it. They are not following. The goal was not to follow the original lore. They're going to take it into a different direction that's more suited for what they think realistically it would be. Ain't nobody ask them to do that. Ain't nobody ask all that. You had one job, and you failed. Miserably.
Yeah, not mess it up.
And they did. It's epically. Like, I'm sorry. Even the dude that they got to play. The crazy part is, right, one of the iconic characteristics of Master Chief, right? Master Chief is a protagonist in the whole series, right? He's basically a super soldier, right? He's a Spartan. The line of super soldiers is called Spartans. And he is the ultimate I was gonna say bad. I don't want to say that, but you know what I mean. Yes. He's a BA. He's a bachelor. I'm just playing. Anyways, but like he is the savior, basically the savior of the world, right? This dude is nasty. Yes. But his demeanor, his action, everything, it's just like he's just almost emotionless, kind of this, I'm a soldier, my duty comes first type guy. Except when it comes to saving the world and doing the right thing. Like that's but he never he's in a full suit of armor. You never see his face.
Yes.
Never see his face. And the first thing they do in the show, they show his face. Nobody knows what Master Chief looks like throughout and it's been multiple titles on the game. And all of a sudden they show his face. I'm disappointed. I'm very upset.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, as big as that game was, right? Even though I didn't play it, I realized how massively big that game was, right?
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me, just, on the outside looking in. Why would you decide to sit there and change something that worked?
That's what I don't understand.
Clearly, the storyline worked because it was such a big game.
Exactly. And a lot of people, I mean, of course, you have both sides of the coin. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm willing to... I personally, my personal opinion is I think it was received more negative feedback than positive, right? Because you have a huge following when it comes to Halo, and you turn Master Chief into Master Cheeks. That's all I got to say about that.
Sounds like a strip club, man. That's a good strip club.
He basically shows butt cheeks in it. Like you turn a super soldier into. Like I'm sorry.
He's so emotional, right?
It's just the word, man. I'm sorry. This is not Master Chief. We'll see how it goes. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna let somebody else tell me about it.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's just my opinion. So that'll do it for us. That's all the time we have. We could have more, but we don't want to give you more because I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm just playing. My dog chewed my shoe, so I got to go take care of that. But, yes, exactly. Oh, did you call me a 10-year-old? Or are you talking about...
No, I said, and you're old. And you're old. Old.
Sir, we're the same age. Back to it. Thank y'all for tuning in once again to the Humpin'It podcast. And check us out on Discord. We got our own server. Check us out on, excuse all that. Check us out on TikTok and Instagram. All right? And oh, yes. Next time you think about Humpin'It, I messed that up. So anyways, we're just going to sign off. Y'all have a good night.
Love you guys. Peace.